Let's take a quick look at how fast and easy it is to get set up with Satori against your data stores. We're going to focus on Microsoft, so we're going to connect to SQL Server and also demonstrate integration with Active Directory. If you go to satoricyber.com/test drive, you can sign up, start your activation, and once you're logged into the system, you should see something like this under your list of data stores. We ship with a handful of sample connections. But let's go ahead and build a brand new connection against Azure SQL. We'll choose SQL Server, and all we need is the originating hostname. And for the hostname, I'll retrieve that from Azure, and then I'll put in a pointer to our data access controller. Please note that our test drive only has 3 regions available, but in production, you have every region available as needed by you. I've already created one of these connections. If we go look at it, here it is. There's an original hostname as well as a new Satori endpoint that we're going to use. You also need to take note that you need to add some Satori IP addresses to your firewall. This can vary from AWS to GCP to Azure. It can vary across database vendors and so forth. In the case of Azure, you would come into your database and add some simple firewall rules here and put in the 3 Satori addresses. And we've already done that, so we're good to go. Let's take a look at Azure Data Studio and show the connection over there. So if I choose to edit this connection, you can see that we're looking at SQL Server type, and notice the endpoint is a satoricyber.net endpoint, and we're leveraging Active Directory. This is really great because you want to know who your end users are. There's a whole bunch of different types of settings and configuration in here, but let's keep it simple and click Connect. And we'll have access to the information that we want to now have Satori mask or redact and so forth. To do that, let's take a look at a Satori security dataset. We already have one up and running called Azure SQL. It's including the data store location that we just added. And we can see at a glance that it already has user access rules defined. It's already done some classification. As you come in and build these connections for the first time, Satori is going to take care of all of this automatically for you. So because there's a security policy in place, we can look at that next. Satori is going to suppress or mask various types of information. Let's run a query in Azure Studio and see what happens. I'll close this and right click and just select some of the information. And you can see after the query is run, the last name is redacted and the email is partially masked. Other fields have various suppression. Here's a phone number that's masked. Even the last IP address was anonymized to all internal addresses. To study how that worked, we can go focus on the security policy for patient PII data protection and click Edit. You can see there's a masking rule in here, which says if you're not a member of a certain Satori group, or Active Directory group, or Okta group, then we should apply a particular masking profile. And if we go look at that masking profile under the masking profiles area, you can see all of the types of redaction that we performed. Hashing the address, here's the anonymization of the public IP we mentioned. So you can see in only minutes, we can connect your originating data, run it through the Satori platform, and immediately start masking and redacting, and of course, auditing. So everything we've just done shows up in our audit logs. Here's that last query I ran. It's telling me what the security policy that was applied. It's showing me the columns that I wanted to have suppressed, all at a glance, and you can create your own views for reporting and auditing and compliance purposes. Thanks so much for watching this quick video on connecting your data to Satori.